Happy Sunday night, people. Hope you had a good time watching the games. Hope your teams won. I'm a Steelers fan, so I have no dogs in the game. But I watched anyway because it's playoff football. Today, I'm going to do a review of all three of the movies that I did unboxings for earlier. I'm going to do them separately. And I got to tell you, this was fun. These were interesting. What did I think of them? Stick around to find out. I'm back. First movie I'm going to do is the first one that I got, or the first one that I watched, is called Hatchet. It stars Joel David Moore and a couple of other people, including guest appearances by Tony Todd and Freddy Krueger. Why can't I remember Freddy Krueger's, the actor's name? Anyway, the guy that played Freddy Krueger. It'll come to me right in the middle of this. I know it will. This is written, created, and directed by a man by the name of Adam Green. There are also some comics and graphic novels about it as well. The movie starts out with a group of friends in Nolans for Mardi Gras. And there's all of them seem to be having a good time, you know, getting the beads, and you know you have to or throwing out beads and all that. You know what you have to do to get beads at Mardi Gras. They weren't doing it, but you know what I mean. And all of them are having a good time except for one, the central character whose name I can't remember at the moment. He had just been dumped by his girlfriend. And so he's having a lousy time. And he's talking to his friend. He's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm done. I'm tired of this. I don't want to be here doing this stuff. I am going to go on a haunted tour. You know, tour of all the haunted areas around. You know, I heard from some people that, you know, that it's a good time. Oh, wait, sorry. There's a little scene at the beginning with Freddy Krueger's actor Freddy Krueger and a guy, his son, out in the marsh areas of the swamps of New Orleans, hunting for a gator, and they get slaughtered. Right. So then it skips to this, and so the guy's just like, all right, I'm going to go on this tour. You guys just go off and do your shit. I don't care. And his friend, or one of his friends, says, all right, you know, dude, all right, I don't want to do this stuff, but I'll go with you. I'd rather be sticking around and looking at the boobies. So they take off and go to this little side street where the tour is supposed to be, and this is Tony Todd. It's Todd's character, and he says, look, I can't do this anymore because I can't go out at night. I can't take the tours off at night because the insurance rates are way too expensive. People are going to get hurt in this area. So they find another place to go. This little Asian guy with a really horrible fake Cajun accent. It's supposed to be fake, you know. So they get into a bus and they wind up going on this tour. There's some other people. There's an old couple, you know, like this grandmother couple who are out doing it. There's a set of girls who are making a movie with a guy for the production company Bayou Beavers. If, and another girl who's there alone. And so there's a lot of, the movie making with those three are, the girls taking off their tops and making out. And the two girls do not get along behind the scenes, which makes for some really interesting, funny comments between the two because they can't stand each other. And then the tour guide. And so they get on the boat out in the middle of the night and go, and as they're going along, the tour guide tells them the story of a guy by the name of Victor Crowley, who, as a child, he was born horribly deformed. So he was made fun of constantly. And his father takes him out into this cabin in the marsh just to be alone because nobody wanted to be around him. And every once in a while they'd come into town for stuff and they'd make fun of him. The kids would make fun of him. And eventually on Halloween night, some kids come out and accidentally set fire to the place and the father dies. And so you hear, the legend is you hear Victor Crowley going around all these years later crying, calling out for his dad. And if you go into the area, you're dead. It's supposed to be a legend, and of course, it's not. So the slaughtering commences. And I have to tell you that, what was the guy's name? Kane Hodder plays Victor Crowley. He plays Victor Crowley's father. He's not in makeup at this point, but then he also plays the full-grown Victor Crowley, the killer, and this it's huge. And I have to tell you, there are a couple of little throwbacks in the kills to some of the Jason movies, because I know one of his favorite kills in the Jason movies is he takes someone in a sleeping bag and smashes her against a tree. And they do that in this one, but it's a gravestone. Not only is this movie very funny, but they have some really, 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 really good kills. They don't show every single one of these people getting killed. Some of them, they just show the aftermath of what they look like after they've been killed, which is pretty gory. But the kills that they do show, wow. This is the unrated version I got, and these are some epic kills. There's one where he grabs the lady and rips her head apart and just tears it off. And I'm telling you, this is a gore fest. It is bloody as all get out, and it is just, like I said, funnier than hell. There's a argument between one of the two, softcore porn girls and the other girl, on whether cops and police are the same thing. I was laughing my head off during this movie from some of the comments between the girls, the main character's friend, and stuff that's going on, and just enjoying the hell out of all the kills. If you are a fan of movies like this, the slasher movies, get this, because it is one of the better ones that I've seen. I was expecting this to be monstrously horrible, and I'm pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. It was quite good and worth the money that I got. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. I don't know if it's streaming or not, but if it is and you don't want to pay for the movie, stream it. or just get the Blu-ray. They're fairly cheap. But I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Just because it was that good. It was worth the time and the money that I spent. I enjoyed the hell out of it. All right. Talk to you later, there, movie fans.